Okay, so now it's time to learn these variations on the minor scale. We're learning the harmonic minor and we're learning the melodic minor. Now, if you are going to take an exam, depending on the exam board that you pick, you won't have to know both of these. A lot of the time it's one or the other, but it's really good to know both, even if you know in what direction you're going in. If you know both, this can only ever help you in your piano playing in the future. So let's take a look at the A minor variations. So the A natural minor, as we know, consists of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Now the harmonic minor will have the same notes because an A scale will always have 8 notes between A and A. So we know those notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G and A, but we do need to tweak this slightly to make it a harmonic minor. So what do? We raise the 7th note. Now, when we talk about raising a note, we're actually saying we're going to sharpen it. If we were going to lower a note, then we'd flatten it. So here we need to raise the 7th note. So the tonic note will be A, which is 1, B is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the G is the 7th note of this scale. You'll hear it referred to as a degree. So the 7th degree of this scale is a G. So we need to raise the G to a sharp. So we're sharpening that G. So the A harmonic minor scale is A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, A. So let's take a look on the keyboard and listen to what it sounds like. So in the right hand, starting on the A, so it does have a distinctly different sound to the natural minor. So the natural, and the harmonic with the raised 7th. And you will need to be able to play both. If you're asked to play a natural, you'll need to, and if you're asked to play a harmonic or a melodic, you will need to. So the best process to go through is to think of the natural first, and then to play the harmonic, think about raising the 7th note, which we know is a G. So we'll be moving it up. And then in the left hand, nothing too stressful with the fingering here. And then with both hands together. Okay, so now we're going to learn how to play a melodic minor. Well, once again, you're going to have the same 8 notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, but the melodic minor is a little bit more tricky because we do like to make things a bit more complicated in music, and the melodic minor is actually different on the way up to what it is on the way down. So we need to learn both. So the melodic minor on the way up, we need to tweak it a bit again, but instead of just raising the 7th, with the melodic minor, we're going to raise the 6th and the 7th note. So if we count up our scale, we can see that the 6th and 7th note is an F and a G. So we need to raise both these notes. So the F and the G need to be sharpened. So the melodic minor on the way up is A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Now on the way down, all we do is we play the natural minor. So we revert back to the natural minor on the way down when playing a melodic scale. So on the way down, it would be A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. And that's how you play a melodic minor. So let's take a look on the keyboard. So with the right hand, starting on the A, remembering to raise the 6th and the 7th on the way up, which is the F and the G, and then just to play the natural minor on the way down. So it has a very different sound again to the natural and the harmonic. And with your left hand, the fingering's fine because it's these two here, so we've already done the switch over. Sounds like this. And with both hands together. So I have added an exercise to this week's lesson with all 3 of these scales, and it's a really good idea just to sit and go through the 3 with each hand. So with the right hand, for instance, in your head say it aloud: A natural minor, A harmonic minor with the raised 7th, and A melodic minor with the raised 6th and the 7th on the way up and playing the natural on the way down. And then do the same with your left hand, and then the same with hands both together. So I've added those minor scales into your practice plan for this week. Now I know it does seem quite daunting having to play 3 different minor scales when you practice. So this is just down to you and what you feel like doing. If you're going to practice just one scale, then make sure you know the natural minor. And probably the next most important one is the harmonic. So as long as you're practicing your natural and your harmonic, then you'll be fine. If you were looking to do a classical exam, then you would need to know your melodics too. But you've always got this lesson to draw upon in the future if you come across a situation where you do need your melodic or your harmonic scales.